Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is the inaugural episode of The Scooter Jockey, and I am here with my buddy Orvis. He's my technical advisor. I'm sure you'll see him from time to time. He keeps me in line, and that's sometimes a full-time job. But anyway, going forward with this channel, it is my intent to bring you all content that I hope you'll enjoy, topics that you'll be interested in. But in order to help me do that, I'd appreciate it if you will interact with me, leaving comments down below so that I can take a look and make sure we're putting out the kind of content that you all want to see. So my plan at this point is to do anything and everything that circles around my passion for motorcycles. I don't know that I'll probably do a lot of motorcycle reviews at this point, but I'll do some. I just think there's a lot of people out there doing that, and I don't want to put out content with all the spewing out all the different specs of why this bike's better than that bike and that kind of thing. As you can see behind me, I've got a passion for Moto Guzzi motorcycles. Obviously not the best performing bikes that are out there. They aren't really the king of the hill in any one area. But they do have some things that are not really quantifiable. I think it's a motorcycle that has more character than probably any other motorcycle out there. And for that reason, that's why I really love them. My wife and I spent some time in Italy the last 2 years. We spent a month in the summertime in the last 2 years, and we were there, and the little town that we'd go into every night to have our gelato, I noticed that there was just an unbelievable amount of motorcycles riding around, and I thought that's really cool. This is a place I could probably live. But as we started looking around, I saw that it seemed like 80% of the motorcycles were Guzzis, and I really couldn't understand that. Being from the U.S. and especially from the Midwest, I just don't see Guzzis around very often. But as it turns out, we found out that we were having our gelato in a little town called Mandello del Lario. And literally within walking distance of our gelato shop was the Moto Guzzi factory. So I got to spend quite a bit of time there, and went through the museum and the factory. And as time went on during the month that we were there in Lake Como, I just fell in love with the brand. And while I was there, I ended up ordering my first Guzzi, which is a V7 Sport. And when it finally arrived, I started riding it, and it just took me over. And so about 3 months into my Moto Guzzi lifestyle, I ended up ordering the Stelvio in hopes to do some more long-range touring and that kind of a thing. So when I do review a motorcycle, it's probably not going to be like what you might expect. It's going to be, I'm going to use my seat of the pants meter a lot. And I'm going to talk about things, feelings rather than specs. You know, there's a lot of times you look at a motorcycle and, oh man, this bike has 5 more horsepower, this many more foot-pounds of torque. And then I get on those bikes and I ride them. And even though the specs say differently, I realize that I like one whose specs aren't quite up to snuff with the other one better. And so you're going to hear me talk about more about those kinds of things, more about feeling when riding the bike rather than, you know, what the spec sheet says. So hopefully that will appeal to some of you and be a little bit different take on what you normally see when you see a bike review. Some of the other things I want to talk about, I'm a gear junkie, and I'm afflicted with this disease that came to me after taking a personality test that my wife made me take. Figure that. But anyway, the personality test said I'm a maximizer. And some of the traits of a maximizer is that I can't go out and spend a dime on something until I've done gobs and gobs of research and knowing that I'm getting the very best product for me. And also, that doesn't always mean buying the very best of the best, but sometimes it means that I'm buying the best product for me given the actual price of that product. So at times I find myself maybe buying something that's only, number 2 or 3 in terms of being top of the hill in a given category. But hey, it might be 30 or 40% cheaper than the king of the hill. And so I hope that interests you all as well. And I'll be reviewing everything from camping gear, motorcycle components, suspension, exhaust, things of that nature. But the third part of what I'd like to do is do some writing and take you all along with me. As you can tell, I like food. And one of the things I'd like to talk about is great places to stop and eat along the way. But many of the places that I'm probably going to be going are not your typical motorcycle destinations. I kind of enjoy the road less traveled a little bit, so probably the restaurants are going to be a little bit more of the hole in the wall on a road that you probably never heard of in some part of the country that most people don't go to. I'm sure I'm going to explore some of the national parks and things like that as well, and I'll bring that content to you also. But I just want to do something a little bit different, and hopefully I can get your feedback along the way. If I need to make changes, I will. Please do all those things that help me out, and you know better than I do. Click on the gong and, all whatever, the bells and whistles, and follow and like and all that stuff. I'm new to this. I'm not really a big tech guy. So help me out and let me know what you think along the way. Hopefully I'll see you out there on the road. Have a good one.